Hello. Okay, we're top of the hour here. It's or actually middle of the hour here. I just want to get started, respect everybody's time. And so if you don't know me, I'm Paul Hitchcock. I'm the founder and president of Giant Jacks Media. We are an AI-powered sales and marketing firm. And the folks we're working with are Vistage chairs, executive coaches, law firms, and other privately held businesses across the country. And we're headquartered here in Orange County, California, near Disneyland. And so I'm going to jump right into this. And what I'm showing you today is I'm going to focus on the selling that we do, specifically the CRM, how we do the go-to-market workflows on there, and the bells and whistles around a CRM and why that's so important, and show you the multi-touch outreach. So let me share my screen, jump right into this. See the chat here. Oh, yeah, okay. Screen one. What I want to do first, before I actually get into the CRM and show you the workflows, is go through my quick and dirty uh, whiteboard here. This is how we do sales. And uh, the first thing, when obviously when you're doing sales, the lead list is important. And I've been to several AI conferences recently, sales conferences, and a big discussion always is about lead curation and enrichment. So the way we do it is we curate a lead list. We do use Sales Navigator. That tool is good, not perfect, but it's very good, and we love it for a lot of different reasons. But we'll grab a lead list there based on obviously the parameters of the client and getting all using all the filters on Sales Navigator. There's about 38 filter points there. Here's the key though. So we'll get that lead list. We'll also use other sources to curate a lead list, and depending on the client and what we're trying to accomplish. But now that list then gets enriched by us. So we will take that lead list and we will bump it up against our AI tool to enrich the list. And enrichment for a lot of clients, it's they want to see revenue and head count. And we'll of course grab verified emails, cell phone numbers, all contact information. Some other examples include clients that want to focus in on a specific industry like construction or whatever it is. So we will customize the enrichment parameters for the lead list we're really trying to drill down to. So now what happens is we get a very tight lead list. It's a spreadsheet. And for this example, let's say it's 500 leads. So now now you have this quality lead list. Everyone's looking at it. And now what do you do with it? So the way we handle it is we take those 500 leads and we put them into our LinkedIn dashboard. So we have a dashboard with automation AI on it that runs scaled LinkedIn campaigns. It's an awesome dashboard. There's a lot of functionality on there. I'm going to show you that in a second. So now we have campaigns going on for these 500 people on LinkedIn. But here's the key. If you're doing LinkedIn campaigns, which is the right thing to do, it's great. Let's say you have a 25% connection rate, which is great for any cold campaign anywhere. That sort of a initial engagement rate is pretty decent. But let's just say it's 25% on LinkedIn, meaning 75% of your leads are not getting engaged on LinkedIn. That is not a comprehensive outreach to a lead list. And so, so what we do in addition to that is we take the same 500 leads and we put it into a CRM that we give clients. And the CRM is awesome. It's go high level. It's a leader in the category. And we'll put those 500 leads in there. And now we have go-to-market workflows that are automated, scaled, and reaching out to those 500 leads on the CRM. And what I'm going to show you is they're multi-touch campaigns involving SMS, email, calling bots. So we have clients pick a male or a female bot. You can even give it a name and they can have an accent. One of my own bots I've named after my oldest daughter. It's for fun. But so you have the calling bot. There's calendar integration in the workflows. So the CRM is looking into your calendar. It also is offering your calendar link. It can offer times and so forth. There's logic built into it where the uh, the uh, the emails can go back and forth with a prospect. You know, if they say something, hey, I can meet in 2 weeks. What is your availability then? It'll go back and forth. And this is all branded, for clients, their brand on everything. And then the logic also is involved with the calling bots, where the bot will leave a message. A lot of people won't pick up. Fine. There's very strategic voicemails that can be left, and especially if you're going after A-list leads, CEOs or C-suite executives, it's just common. They don't answer the phone, but it's an opportunity to leave a very tight message, and I'll show you what that flow looks like and where the message fits in with the calling bot. But the bot can also go back and forth with, if somebody answers the phone, and it follows up previous touches. So it's referring back to those, which I'll show you, but it's next level. So to give you a case example, one of the businesses I'm associated with, I build out as a law firm. And so we have people call the law firm in from all the lead generating activities we have. They call in. We have a live receptionist. Uh, but that receptionist, if it's a new lead that wants to book a consultation with an attorney, they get transferred to the bot. It used to be manual, manual people handling that call and so forth. Now they get transferred to the bot, and the bot picks up and collects information, their contact information, what issue they need help with. That information then is automatically entered into the CRM. An opportunity is created, and then it gets booked with the appropriate attorney based on, what sort of help they need. And this law firm's asset protection, estate planning, business planning. So that's been a game changer, the way we've used that bot. It used to just be manual and sucking up time, and it's awesome. And I've seen, I all these tools I use myself, but I've seen that bot go back and forth many times with somebody, and if someone's asking detailed questions, and they're going on, and the bot does a really good job of handling it. And so the logic is built in there. On the CRM too, you have opportunity tracking, and this is very huge. So let me now show you what this looks like. And all right, so I'm going to go first here. Just stop share just to make sure you're going to see this. Sometimes Zoom gets a little glitchy, but okay. Here is the the LinkedIn side of it. So what we do is uh, put your list in here, and you can see here, for example, this is my lead list for one of my campaigns. So all the people will show up in here, contact information and so forth. And then what happens is the outreach starts. And I want to mention too, we're measuring all the stats, connection rates, reply rates, all of it here. There is no mystery on how these LinkedIn campaigns are working and what's going on. The flow looks like this. And these are customized flows we build. So for instance, I have this going on. Before I even connect with a prospect, I'm liking a post. So one of the things we do on LinkedIn is when you're doing a search on Sales Navigator, you can find those people in the list who have posted recently. So a lot of times we'll start campaigns out with that. It's a smaller subset of a big lead list, but this is strategic because they're posting, they're active on LinkedIn, which is great. So we'll like one of their posts. 3 hours later, send a connection request. And these are customized. This is mine and so forth. And then if the connection request, if they don't connect, what we're doing, waiting 5 days, liking another post, and then if they still don't connect, happens for whatever reason, after 45 days, we can pull a report on those who haven't connected and reconnect. This is the wait time it requires. But so that's that path. On this path here, we have multiple messages going out, and you can see here anytime somebody replies, the automation stops, client stepping in. So these are the workflows built out here, all customized. And then importantly, we have we call the Unibox. And this is your whole LinkedIn inbox. These are people that are part of the campaign that we set up for you, but also anybody else outside of your campaign is going to be in here. And this is great because, as you probably know, the LinkedIn inbox, it's crappy. I mean, it's hard to track conversations on there. People get lost, and it's kind of bubblegum and toothpicks over there. So you have it all in here, and you can filter between campaign people and non-campaign people. So you hit here, you click the filters, and then you're going into the sections here, and you are seeing, you know, the flow. This person connected, we got stuff going on, but then you're typing here, sending the message out. It goes out through LinkedIn. There's tagging in here. There's, you can leave, record voice messages that go out on LinkedIn. Game-changing way to reply to a prospect, tagging and so forth. So this is the LinkedIn side of it. And again, all campaigns measured here. All right. This is the CRM side of it. And I want to mention here a few things about a CRM. So CRM, think of it as your mothership hub that allows you to be organized, run your business, run your practice. A lot happens on the CRM. And certainly the workflows I'm going to show you here, but also, contacts are on here, reminders, alerts, and I'm going to go through some of that. But the way to look at this is it is an awesome tool to keep you organized and on top of everything. I see so many people that, are using spreadsheets to follow up and notes, and stuff like that. Those days should be over. So here are the highlights on what a CRM is. So we set this up. So now the 500 leads go in here. This is mine actually, my CRM. So now you have your contacts in here, right? And so as you're clicking into a contact, a couple things here. So one is you have all the information in here, and phone numbers, emails, and you can add tags in here on your contacts. So I have tags for hot prospect, or referral partners, or whatever the case is. But you can tag, which is very important because then you can pull up people by your tag. Then you can communicate with them all at once, send an email or an SMS or whatever. So it just really gets you organized with your contacts. There's note-taking functionality over here, so you can take notes here. There's tasks and reminders. This is huge because as you start running campaigns, you're going to obviously have a pipeline that's going to grow over time, and you got to stay on top of that. So just having the contact section with your leads and so forth is fantastic. All right, so now we have these contacts in here. What we do is we set up the opportunity stages, and these are customized for you. Now, there's going to be some similarities where you will have a stage, new lead, appointment not booked. It's where everybody starts off. And what we do is with this 500, when we turn it on, then we waterfall in about 10 to 15 a day where the automation starts, and they're automatically put in here. So they start in this opportunity category here, and then they flow along from appointment booked to rescheduled. Then there's opportunity replied. So now what happens here is, as the automation's going on, the touch is if the opportunity replies, the automation stops, the card is automatically moved into this section, and you got to check it out. So clients got to go in here. This is your CRM, and time block this thing. So what I do in the morning, is time block and just handle my messaging. I block, whatever, 20 minutes, a half an hour. And I just, first thing I do in the morning is just handle the messages. I have different dashboards, campaigns, emails, of course. But this is one of the dashboards I open up. I see, okay, what's going on in here? And if they reply, you go in here and who knows what somebody's going to say. So you need to handle that reply, and you reply right through the CRM here. You can send an email, you can send an SMS, through the dashboard. I'll show you where that is. But then you have the meeting. Uh, this is on your calendar. So systems looking in your calendar. The minute the meeting's held, you if it hasn't been canceled or whatever, it automatically goes into meeting held. So it moves it here for you, where now, what is the next flow going to look like for you? So for me, I have my proposal stages in here, contracts and all this kind of stuff. So we build this out. And then at the proposal stage, that's another workflow where now I have a proposal goes out and then I have touches going out. Do you have any questions? Did you get it? That sort of thing. So it just is all workflowed out every step of the way. I'll say this, that AI automation can't do everything. You don't want it to do everything. It doesn't take away the human element entirely, of course. So somebody replies, humans got to step in there in this case. Uh, but if they're replying to the booking with the email, that will just go on. But I think you understand what I'm saying here. There's the human element. You may want to customize an outreach or something along the way. Always be thinking about that. So now you have the opportunity stages here you can see, and this is how the workflows look. All right. So so again, customize here and a a template workflow is first touch, when you're booking cold, is email. And this is cold outreach, so your email needs to be done right. And you go in here, and these are obviously customized. This is mine here on what I want to say and so forth. And I'm introducing myself, and have my calendar links in there and so forth. So email goes out. Typically, I'll have the second touch be the calling bot the next day. And I think I have that mindset up here. Yeah, so I have these branches and these webhooks that go out. So we'll have calling bot day two. And this is a strategic touch where the bot calls. If it gets voicemail, then again, customized language. And what I have mine saying is basically, I'm, reaching out on behalf of Paul Hitchcock, who sent you an email yesterday. So it refers back to the email that I would like to meet with them and so forth. So it's a short message, but clear. I want people to go look at the email. I just want to get them there because I say more there, and I got my branding all over there, nice photos and all that. So I'm always hoping someone gets that email. And if they haven't seen it, they open it. So, but the bot goes through, and the key with the bot is, we're all fighting to get emails through, right? They go to spam filter, that's part of the game. The bot, if it leaves a voicemail, then someone's going to look at it. Right now, they're going to look at it. And a lot of people have the transcription services today, so they're reading it. But the point is, they're not going to just blow off voicemail entirely. Uh, the other thing is, if the bot calls and the person answers, the bot will then have a whole script referring to the email, specifically about what it is. Are you interested in getting on a call with Paul? And then it goes back and forth. So, so I have that as touch two bot. Then touch three, I've got, email. Then another email, touch four, touch five. I'll have either SMS or the calling bot again. SMS, if we have a cell phone, then we'll use SMS. And SMS is a big deal. You got to be careful with it because you don't want to piss people off. If that's the first thing you're sending out as a touch to a cold prospect, we've had to tweak a few things and measure. Um, Not the best idea. You want to have it later on where it's sort of kind of your uh, last ditch effort to try to get somebody to respond and see something. So we use it strategically. And if we don't have SMS or sometimes we won't use it for whatever reason, we'll have the calling bot, which again, we know we'll get through. But you can see here, these workflows are highly customized and for every client and very sophisticated. And I want to say that the logic built into this, logic gets trained. And for all of us that are following AI, we know that we have ours moving very fluidly. But you have a new client come on board, the bot's got to get trained on you, just like you're using ChatGPT or whatever. The more it learns about you, it's insane what happens. No different here. It learns about you, it learns your cadence. And if you get certain responses that maybe there wasn't the best interaction, we tweak it. I have developers on the team that will tweak it on the spot. So this is how the workflows go. And I'll say too that we have multiple workflows going on. So there's workflows for cold outreach, new stuff. There's also workflows for booking warm leads. And this comes up a lot. As a matter of fact, I was talking this week with Vista Chair about this, who said, "Hey, I get these people that say they're interested in meeting. We all have this going on. In this case, it was on LinkedIn and interested in meeting. And yeah, we're all hyped up and then ghosted me, right? And now I'm trying to track them, follow up, and it just becomes a cluster. And so uh, we have workflow for that specifically where if somebody says, like on LinkedIn, this is the way we're doing it with him, is somebody says, "Hey, yeah, great, interested in meeting." Boom, fantastic. Reply right away on LinkedIn because that's where they initially messaged you. And you said, "Fantastic. Look forward to meeting you. To make it efficient for you, here's my calendar link." Now, what I'll tell you on LinkedIn, kind of a side note, but important, there are strategic ways to reply to somebody on LinkedIn to get them booked rather than just typing a message back. You can get on and send a video message back on your LinkedIn mobile app. Game changer for conversions over there. So instead of typing a message back, I tell people either send a voice note or a video. Video is awesome. And there's a way to do that, a very strategic way with your calendar link. And it doesn't take any longer than typing a message. But my point is, for this workflow, respond right away on LinkedIn the right way, include your calendar link, and tell them that I'll also send you an email, something to the effect that you're also going to send them an email, whatever. Now you take that lead and you tag them with the booking automation, different automation, and it's specifically to book. And so now you put them in there with a workflow, 4 or 5 touches, and you have different opportunity stages for that, but they're booking. So what it does is it now if somebody is not going to book right away for whatever reason. Maybe they responded to you, you got back a half an hour later, they're off LinkedIn, they won't be back on LinkedIn for another week because not everyone's on there like me and you. So this is awesome. So now you have this workflow going on. And we also have workflows for events. And got a bunch of these going on right now where if you're having an in-person event, or we do a lot of virtual events with clients that, curate the list, get a great list of people you want to invite to the event, create an event workflow with forms you might want to have people fill out, direct them to a landing site for the event, all these things put into the workflow, and now you turn it on for an event. And this thing is just going. You have the opportunity stages, you're tracking it. It's awesome for that. And yeah, I mean, my head just is spinning because there's so many things to talk about with that. But so you can see the CRM becomes a tool for a lot of different applications for your communication. All right, I'm going to keep flying here to show you a couple other things. Uh, okay, so conversations, I'll show you this. So this is where you're obviously, replies come in. If they're replying to an SMS, email, and if the calling bot is engaging, if the calling bot leaves a message or engages, it's all in here too. You can see it all. So again, as you're time blocking messages, you're checking your email. I mean, you got to check this every day. Come in here and just handle it, depending on what's going on. So this is the conversation area, and you reply right down here. Again, you can click on an SMS, an email, however you want to reply. I get, I had a few replies this morning, SMS related. They sent me that. I replied back SMS. I know they're getting it. Awesome. All right. So this is the conversation tab. And then I want to show you to the uh, marketing tab, because here's what we do here. Let me see. So if I go, let me stretch this out a bit. November, I'll go to beginning of November to now. So what this shows me, and we track for everybody, and as you're in your CRM checking this out, is this will show you your stats on email, right? So it'll show you, emails delivered, your open rates, and click-through rate. And you can customize it. So I did November to date here for my campaigns, and you can pull it up by campaign and so forth. So again, no mystery on, we're looking at these stats. Quite frankly, I have awesome email open rates for this month. I'm loving that. And click rates are always lower. Averages for a lot of industries are 2-3%, clicking through. So anyways, you get it. You can see what's happening here on emails, which is very good. And then also on here is the social planner. This is awesome. So we handle social media posting. On the marketing side, we're creating content, original content for clients. You're out there, exposure, building relationships, people seeing you. Well, we post all the content. We hook up all your channels on here and post the content through here. So we do it, but it's in here. So you can see it. We're scheduling things to go out. And so there's just a lot going on here. There's the social planner here. So what I'll say here is a couple things. Is that is you see, I just want to emphasize having a CRM hub like this is critically important. Having outbound, we all got to be doing outbound, and having a process to do that is important. And making sure that you're tracking it, because there's accountability when I'm working with folks on both ends. I can't do everything. Clients got to do their part in managing their pipeline and obviously closing the business. But I just want to show you this. This was sort of a quick rundown. Feel free to reach out to me. You have my contact information around. Well, I'm going to send out this video as a replay. You'll get it with my contact information. You can sign up for a Zoom with me. Happy to learn about your business, tell you more about what we're doing as it relates to your business. So look for the replay, chance to sign up with me, and thanks for being here.